Many sales teams operate under a standard rule: cameras stay on to build rapport. But when a prospect logs in as a dark screen, the salesperson is suddenly pitching into a black box, creating a one-sided dynamic that can derail the entire deal. We are going to look at why this happens and how to use recent academic research to restore the balance on your next discovery call. Welcome to Inside Sales Geek, where we translate sales science into techniques that drive revenue. A study from Babson College examines this through media synchronicity theory. The core premise is that closing a B2B deal requires high synchronicity, a shared pattern of coordinated behavior. Buyer and seller need a constant flow of visual and verbal cues to build a shared understanding of the solution. When that visual flow is interrupted by an off-camera buyer, the salesperson's relative performance drops. The study indicates this performance gap is driven by factors beyond lost facial expressions. Reps report specific frictions: feeling information asymmetry, the distraction of watching their own image, and interactions that feel perfunctory rather than human. This creates a structural imbalance. The buyer has access to all of the salesperson's nonverbal cues, while the salesperson receives none in return, breaking the communication chain. To address this, the researchers identified tactics used by sales executives to level the playing field. The first is a technique called the casual mirror prompt. Picture the start of a call. You've prepared your deck and your pitch, but the prospect is a total black box on your monitor. Instead of ignoring it, use this script. "Hey, I see you don't have your camera on. Would you prefer we don't use cameras? If so, I'd love to turn mine off too." This phrasing invites the prospect to make a mutual decision. It shifts the meeting format from a default imbalance to a negotiated agreement. If the prospect stays dark and provides only brief, unenthusiastic answers, you can use a second tactic: tactical silence. By holding a pause after a short answer, you lean into the natural social pressure of the interaction. Buyers often feel the need to fill that silence, which can lead them to provide more detail or even activate their camera to better explain their point. These methods move the social pressure off the salesperson and back onto the prospect, requiring them to participate in the relationship-building process. If you're finding these insights helpful, subscribe to the channel and share this with your sales team. A surprising finding in this research involves Tactic 3, the phone call pivot. If the prospect chooses to keep their camera off, the data suggests the salesperson should consider turning their own camera off as well. Attempting to pitch while staring at your own reflection creates a split in cognitive focus. You are forced to monitor your own appearance while wondering if the unseen prospect is actually engaged or simply checking their email. Sales leaders can support their teams by giving them permission to go dark in these moments and treat the meeting like a traditional phone call. Removing the visual demand allows the rep to focus entirely on active listening. They can better track vocal intonation, rhythm, and pauses to gauge the buyer's interest. Matching the prospect's medium neutralizes the informational advantage. It allows the salesperson to regain control of the pitch by operating on equal ground. The research highlights a specific challenge for leadership. As sales experience increases, comfort and performance in these low synchronicity virtual environments often decline. The veterans responsible for training the team are often the ones struggling most with these digital barriers. Because of this generational gap in technology acceptance, management shouldn't leave camera usage up to a salesperson's intuition. Clear protocols for camera-off scenarios are a leadership responsibility. Setting these norms is how you protect team win rates in a virtual environment. To help your team adapt, here are 3 actionable rules based on the Babson study. Rule 1. Set expectations early. Mention camera usage directly in the calendar invite so prospects aren't surprised. Rule 2. Use the casual mirror prompt. Teach reps the script to address a dark screen at the very start of the call. Rule 3. Give explicit permission to go dark. Let your reps turn their own cameras off to neutralize the buyer's advantage. Pick one. Test it this week. Track what happens. New episode every Tuesday.